Hey everyone, Mike Brick here with InsideRealEstatePhotography.com, and in this video I'm going to take you through 5 essential drone shots that I use in almost every single drone real estate video shoot that I do. When it comes to doing real estate drone shoots or pretty much anything else that I do, I stick to a pretty systematic approach. I'm a firm believer in no matter what you do, consistency in the product that you create is the hallmark of any successful business. When a client orders one of my services, they should know exactly what to expect as far as quality and content are concerned. Sure, every shoot is unique and there are slight variations, but having a sort of template for your shooting style helps with consistency in your product. I go through my process of doing a drone shoot in detail in another video I posted called How to Do a Real Estate Photo and Video Drone Shoot, and I will link to that video up on the screen right now. In this video, I want to distill that information and focus more on the types of shots that I use instead of a broader view of the entire process. Also, I'd like to illustrate with this video that it doesn't take that much more effort to think about the types of shots you're using and how you could edit those shots together so that your finished video tells more of a story instead of just being a hodgepodge of clips. It makes a huge difference in the quality of your video and how the viewer engages with it. Too often I see real estate drone videos that just seem like a random bunch of clips edited together in no particular order with some music slapped on it. Alright, so now I'll take you through the 5 essential types of shots that I use in my drone videos and how I utilize those in editing. Alright, let's get into it. The first shot we're going to discuss is the approach shot. This shot is typically a high and wide shot that is done by flying the drone straight towards the property and tilting the gimbal down as you approach. When I feel like switching it up a bit, sometimes I try to make the shot a little more interesting by adding a bit of a curve to it while approaching. This can be cooler looking, but it's also more technical of a movement with the controller, so it's easier to mess up. The approach shot is one of the longer shots that I do as far as duration and distance are concerned. So how do I utilize the approach shot in my edited video? I use this type of shot as my opening shot for literally all my drone videos. The reason I do this is because it's a fantastic establishing shot. It sets the scene and gives the viewer a wide view of the area and gives them a good idea of where they are and what the setting is like. Again, thinking about our shots in this way helps us tell a bit of a story with our video instead of just creating a random montage of clips. I also utilize the approach shot in other ways too, lower to the ground, like towards a pool or something of that nature. The pull-away shot is just basically the opposite of the approach shot. It's a reverse shot pulling away from your subject. These shots are interesting because as they pull away, they show more of the scene, which gives your viewers some anticipation and excitement over what the camera might reveal next. I utilize this type of shot in a couple different scenarios in my videos, but the main application I use it for is the ending shot for my videos. Again, it's the opposite type of shot as the approach shot is that I used to start my video with, so these two types of shots make for nice bookends for the video. Also, as a storytelling element, it communicates to the viewer now pulling away and leaving the scene, so it conveys that the video is coming to an end, so it makes for a nice final shot. Like the approach shot, I sprinkle this type of shot in amongst the closer up, lower to the ground shots for some diversity. I always find it's important to be conscious of the type of shots you're shooting and not being too repetitive, so that when you get to editing, you have a nice variety of shots to work with. So the next type of shot I want to mention is what I'm calling a sweeping shot or semicircular horizontally moving shot perpendicular to your subject. This is the most frequent type of shot that I use in my videos. I use these at full height to show the surrounding area, I use these at medium height to show the size of the property, and I use these at lower heights to show the house and to highlight any important features of the property that I want to spotlight. It's really just a universal shot that you could use for just about anything. From a storytelling perspective, you could say that these type of shots are the meat of the video, as I use them to capture the primary focal points of the home and property throughout the main middle part of the video. If you're new to making drone videos, these type of shots do take some finesse to get smooth without any awkward movements. I myself still have to make multiple attempts sometimes to get them right, even after quite a few years of experience shooting these type of videos. The further up in the air you are, the easier these shots are to achieve because any awkward movements are less noticeable. The ones lower to the ground are more difficult to achieve, but if you're flying a DJI drone like I am that has tripod mode, you could switch that on to help your shots look more graceful and smooth. Tripod mode is a feature that I love and I use all the time. Next up is the overhead shot, or in other words, having the drone directly overhead of the property with the camera pointing straight down. With the camera and drone in this position, I simply just do a straight up rising motion. I always use this type of shot at least once in my real estate drone videos. I always loved this type of shot and I always thought it was a cool perspective and a nice way to break up the video. I always use this type of shot somewhere in the middle of my videos as a transition shot from the lower ground shots to the full height panoramic shots. I'll use this type of shot as well, again over a pool or something like that as well. The last type of shot I want to mention in this video is the reveal shot. The reveal shot is making a horizontal movement from behind a tree or similar foreground element to reveal your subject, such as the front of the house. Using a foreground element gives your shot more dimension and achieves the parallax effect where objects closer to the camera move at a different rate than objects further away. It gives your shot more motion and it makes for a more interesting and engaging experience for your viewers. I don't always use this type of shot because it's dependent on the situation. Not always is there a foreground element to utilize to achieve this type of shot. Alright, so those are the 5 essential type of drone shots that I use in my real estate drone videos to help make them more interesting and engaging for the viewer. Most importantly, I try to arrange these clips in editing so that they tell a story and take the watcher on a bit of a journey. Alright, so now that I've laid all this out and explained it, let me show you one of my edited drone videos in full as an example so you can see how I put all of this into action. Alright guys, so I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. It really helps this channel grow and reach more people, and I really appreciate your support. If you have any questions about anything, please leave it down in the comments below. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one.